Good day. I am Jasmin Darantinao from BSED Math 1A. This video is all about promoting inclusive education. So now, what does inclusion means? In the simplest terms, inclusion in education means ensuring our student, no matter what their individual needs or barriers to learning, has equal access to learning and the same opportunities to achieve. Inclusion in schools is not just about providing additional support to students with special education needs. It's about creating a learning environment that works for all, whether they have disability, speak in English as an additional language, are a member of a minority community, come from a low-income family, or find it harder to learn and achieve for other reasons. Most of you might be wondering how inclusion works and why is it important. Supporting and celebrating diversity and inclusion in school is important because it gives all children the potential to achieve and creates an environment where those with additional needs are not segregated and seen as other. They are part of the same community of learners. Inclusion addresses negative cultural attitudes and misconceptions about people with disabilities or those who are members of minority communities. With that in mind, here are some recommended strategies that help create an inclusive classroom for all, regardless of specific needs.
So first, create opportunities day to day during normal lessons and learning for students to be listened to as well. This helps them engage with the learning and feel included in it. Second, develop a scaffolded approach to learning. Scaffolding is absolutely key to creating an inclusive learning environment. You want all of the children in your class to be accessing the same information during a lesson, even if you slightly differentiate your resources and activities. Instead of activities that are entirely different to those you had planned for the rest of the class, why not plan activities with the same objectives and outcomes but scaffolding the activities to suit the children's needs? Third, provide support for them in ways that benefit all children in your class. Some inclusion strategies are so universally beneficial for all students that they are worth doing in every classroom. For example, many children with dyslexic traits struggle to read pure black text on a pure white background. Simply changing the colors you use on your slides, avoiding black on white, can help not only children with dyslexia diagnosis but all children. Fourth, create a calm, purposeful learning environment. This is another big one which promotes inclusion for all in your classroom. We all need calm in order to learn, but creating a calm environment in class is a tricky thing to master. Ensure you clearly define when group discussion or working is required and acceptable, and when it is not. Fifth, use pre-assessment to inform your planning. You might be thinking to yourself, what has this got to do with inclusion? Well, again, this is about engaging children and making them feel like they have a say in their own learning. Don't just assume what your children already know or don't know when you're planning a new topic. Ask them. That way, you'll identify areas which children are curious to learn more about and avoid going over a very familiar learning. Sixth, let children choose how to show what they have learned. Inclusion works by finding the best way to ensure all children can access the learning and have the opportunity to achieve. And so, our final and possibly most important strategy for an inclusive environment that benefits all students. Don't compare them to another. Learning is not a competition. It is a never-ending process, a journey.
For me, inclusion works because it gives children what we all want and need: a sense of belonging. Creating an inclusive classroom where everyone feels valued is incredibly powerful. You might not consider yourself to be the greatest teacher in the world, but you can be the greatest teacher in a child's life, the one they always remember, who had the greatest impact on them by including them and making them feel safe and valued. So that's all. Thank you for listening. Bye!